So, imagine this. You've been talking to somebody via DMs in a Discord that you're part of for a few weeks, maybe a few months. And this individual says, why not let me trade for you? Just send me some crypto and I'll take care of the rest. What are you going to do? And this is very much a real life scenario here, and I really want to sort of enlighten people as to the world of cryptocurrency, and I really want people to be kept safe in the space. And Nick and myself, we talk about scams, we talk about bad actors, whether that's people that are running projects, whether that's influencers just not doing something as simple as being transparent, honest and upfront about doing a paid promotion. I think that these are needless scenarios to go through, but ask yourself this: does it seem too good to be true? And if it does, then don't take part in it, because the chances are that it is too good to be true. And today I'm sat here and I was thinking about what sort of podcast video to do, and one of our Discord members lost a substantial amount of money today. I say today, they found out that they lost it today, but this is a real life scenario, and something that I personally see all the time. And to be quite frank, I'm so fucked off with it. And I kind of feel like people need to listen to what's being said in some of these videos and what we're messaging out, because I am sat here working tirelessly with a team of people that we spend an awful lot of money employing. They're great people. They're people that really have every community member's best interests at heart. And I sometimes say stuff and I get shit for it, and it's all coming from a good place. And this isn't really about me and the messaging that I give out, but I encourage people to be a little bit more open-minded and think about things just a little bit more deeply. And when people are saying stuff that you don't agree with, go investigate it rather than bitching about it and being an arsehole. Just take it upon yourself to, rather than be closed-minded and just shut everything off that you disagree with, go research it, go prove that it's wrong, go prove that it was right and that your narrative was wrong. I'm sat here and I look through the comments and I see how wrong we are all the time based on the comments that we see in the videos. But we've been probably the most accurate channel out there in the space. And I'd like to think that people realize now that this is all coming from a really good place, and actually we are not like everybody else, and we really do care about our community. And you're never going to see I guess any proof of Nick and myself selling on the community or being involved in rug pulls and scam coins and promoting things that we weren't clear that we were promoting. And some of this stuff that we see in the space, and these people have still got far more followers than what we have, and they're wrong most of the time, and they're involved in scams. There's scams on all different levels, and I want to sort of use this podcast as a podcast to really go into it. And I really want to unscripted, just tell it how it is, and try to help as many people as possible not make the same mistakes that I hear people have made today. And if you're scammed, come forward, talk about it, be open, transparent about it, don't be embarrassed. These scammers are fantastic at what they do. They've got a certain skill set that they've perfected over a number of years, and you shouldn't be ashamed of that, because you're human and humans make mistakes. And the only way to really deal with scammers and bad actors in this space is to come together and form some sort of I guess alliance against it. And I would really like 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀𝗧𝗏 to be, bigger than just a YouTube channel or just a couple of influencers in the space looking to do good and, support people do well in this space. Like, I was really hurt by, what happened today, because it happened in our Discord. And, as much as I'm not responsible and I don't feel responsible for the person being scammed, I do kind of feel like it shouldn't have happened. And saying that is something that, I need to be honest and transparent about. And, when I say that I've supported many people, overcome scams and, aware of people that have been involved in scams and scammed themselves for lots of money, it never gets easy every single time I hear it. And, for the life of me, I just would encourage people to just be a little bit more open-minded and listen to what we're saying. And not just us, but other people in the space. If somebody, if you've got a certain narrative, go challenge your own narrative. I think you'll be more successful if you challenge yourselves and your belief system. I really do believe that. But let's get down to the desktop and let's sort of dig into scams and some of the latest stuff in the headlines surrounding scams, and dig into some of the latest ones and the ones that I think people, even the most savviest of individual, could succumb to. So let's get down to the desktop and dig into these. And if you enjoy this sort of content, not that it's really that enjoyable from my side, maybe better to say, if you appreciate it, mash up that like button, share the shit out of this video, and I will go through in this video some of the things that I am proactively doing, because I talk about people not being proactive. I talk about regulators not being proactive. I talk about, bad actors and, all this sort of stuff. But I don't tend to talk about some of the stuff that we do behind the scenes that goes unnoticed and unappreciated. And I'm going to go through some of that in today's video. So, yeah, look, mash up that like button, show us the love, and, join us in the Discord and support us on this mission to build generational level wealth for a big community of individuals. Yeah, let's get into this. So we've got here, and this is one that I covered the other day, a Scottish woman to sell her home after losing almost 200k in a crypto scam. It was $190,000 being conned by a crypto fraudster. And this is something that we see all the time. So British journalist is the creator of a website that gives advice on money saving techniques. He has also been vocal advocate against fraudsters using his image. And this is all to do with, like, people that are well known for saving people money, and their image is being used and portrayed as if it's them to scam people. And we see all of these, whether it's GMTV and various other, home early daytime TV shows. And scammers are utilizing people's, I guess, familiarity with certain individuals, and basically they're impersonating people to scam you out of money. So, if something seems too good to be true, the scenario is 9 times out of 10 it is. And I think it's important to just remember that. And if something, seems really good and too good to be true, ask yourself, is it true? And take a moment, because where a lot of these scammers manage to scam people is in the heat of the moment, where you rush to make a decision, where you're in a position where your time is of the essence. You need to do it now. Less time to think. Those are the scenarios where you're better off to just walk away. And I stand by that. So, feel free. If something seems too good to be true, just ask us in the Discord. It's free to join the Discord. Jump in and ask us. if you've got any inklings that something might not quite be right, and we'll put you straight. We'll tell you, in the mission of keeping everybody safe. Crypto scammers use AI to create a fake CEO, regulators have said. Again, this is something that I've covered previously, but they're using new techniques, and that's the point that I want to raise here. Is scammers are using AI. They're already playing on people's emotions, and they're already leveling up, and we need to be aware of this. There's scams outside of crypto where they're using people's, like your mum's voice, and leaving fake messages that aren't from your mum but in your mum's voice, and stuff like that. So just be really, really careful out there. It needs to be said, and it needs to be raised. You've got a Hong Kong woman loses her life savings in crypto scam. So a maximum of 10 years in prison if you get caught in Hong Kong. But yeah, look, they're preying on vulnerable people, and this was to do with Instagram. It's on every single social media platform that you can think of, and again, using I guess influencers and impersonating people, and it needs to be raised. It needs to be a level of awareness around this. Australian crypto scammers increased by over 162%. with nearly $150 million lost. And look, it's accounted for 7.1%, of the total, crypto scams. So in Australia, so be aware of this stuff and research it and understand it. Canadian couple lost nearly 300,000 in crypto scam. Like, these aren't small amounts of money. These aren't people that don't have intelligence. Anybody that's got $300,000 or $200,000 worth of liquid cash is not somebody that's lacking intelligence. And that goes to demonstrate how clever and good these scammers are at what they do. And I really want to encourage people to not be embarrassed by being scammed, because I think there's an awful lot of people that are out there that have been scammed that are just not talking about it, and just because they feel stupid and they feel like embarrassed. And I want to just put a message out there to say, don't feel that way, because there's an art to what they do, and they're very, very good at it, and they've trained for months upon months, maybe even years at points, to get as good as they are in order to scam people with intelligence. So it needs to be something where we see more people come forward and be honest and share their experiences. And I would encourage anybody that's been scammed to share their experiences. And if people are I guess in a position where they're unsure, ask the question. Don't be embarrassed. Be more forthcoming with this sort of stuff, because the more people that are aware of like the types of scams that are out there, the more people we can protect, and the more people we can stop being scammed. And like, I make this video because like it really does have a bearing on like my mental health, like, and all that stuff, because I hate to see it. Like, I want people to be successful. So every person that messages me to say I've been scammed, and I've fallen for this scam or whatever, or I've lost money, that upsets me like deeply, because that's not like our mission in what we're doing here. We're trying to support people, build up a community of people that support one another to be successful. And if you're not successful, then like, that's meaningful to me. It's deeply concerning. And one of the scams that I've mentioned a few times was around people befriending individuals, or people, I should say. And we use Discord as an example, because you build up relationships with people over time, and there's scammers lurking in all different forms of social media, Discord being one of them, that will, befriend you over time. They will portray that they are a certain type of person, or who they wish to be perceived as online. And ultimately, they're just doing this with the long-term goal of parting you with your capital. And this is one of the scams that we've seen. And what makes it very difficult, I mean, we have a whole team of individuals that, monitor the Discord and try their best to keep people safe in the Discord. And I really do believe they do a fantastic job. But one of the things that's almost impossible to monitor is private direct messaging. And this is something that I got a lot of heat about a few months back, when I said in our Discord that people shouldn't private message one another. And like, I explained what I articulated what I thought was understandable as to the reasoning as to why I'm saying what I was saying at the time. And that was that these individuals will try to build up friendships with you, and over time they will eventually try to part you with capital in some sort of fashion or way. And that's very much what we've seen. We've seen somebody that's been in the Discord for 4 months, building up relationships with people, but managed to scam somebody in the Discord. And they did this by, being supportive, giving tips and advice, and eventually managed to convince the individual to part with their capital so they could trade on their behalf. Never, under no circumstances, should you ever transfer any crypto or funds of any nature to anyone that you don't know. And when I say who you don't know, that is people that you think you know on an online platform, because you don't really know them. You just know the person that they want you to know, the person that they want you to perceive they are. And this is something that, is something that I've been warning for a few months. And to see it actually play out whilst I've been warning that this sort of stuff is a very big risk, is really concerning for me. And it makes me question whether people really truly listen to what I say. And I got a lot of heat about that. You're running a dictatorship was some of the comments that I saw in our Discord. And that's not really Nick and myself's nature. Like, we want people to communicate with one another. I just think that actually it's safer to do it in a transparent nature where everybody can see it and our team can monitor it and our team can spot these cunts from a mile away. But we can't spot them if we can't see the communications between the different individuals. Had that individual messaged openly that they would trade on your behalf, they would have instantly been banned had we seen it. And these are the reasons why we kind of say these things. But Nick and myself and our team have been involved in many different project Discords in trying to keep the community safe. We've been involved in, preventing scams on 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀's channel. We've spent an awful lot of time, and our team has, protecting many people. And a lot of people don't realize the extent that we've gone to try to keep people safe. Nobody understands how much crypto I've personally been involved in stopping scammers from being able to get when we've caught scams early enough. We've done an awful lot in this space to keep people safe. And I would really like people to listen to what I'm saying and know that you can be open and transparent in our Discord, and you can talk about the scams in the hope that somebody else will see what you're saying and your experience and listen and potentially not lose money themselves. I really do encourage our community to be supportive of one another. I encourage our community to be on the lookout for one another, not just in our Discord and our community, but in all communities. I think there needs to be a stand. I've just started working with people within the community to build a spreadsheet that highlights every name of every individual involved in any rug pull or scam, so that when people go away and do their research, like I encourage them to do, that they can, cross-reference teams of future projects with this list and see that they were involved in previous scams. We've noticed that there's scammers that were involved in, scams back in the 90s that got involved in the last bull run. And I think that it's really important that we build a movement. And if you're wanting to be part of that movement, support us, share this video, jump in our Discord and support us, help people stop being scammed in this space, because the regulators aren't doing enough. The social media platforms aren't doing enough. And I think it's time that our communities join and unite together. Be it, BitBoy's channel, Coin Bureau's channel, and any other channel, Crypto Banter, whoever. I encourage all of these communities and all of these people involved in these different channels to come together and start saying no to scams and demanding more from the social media platforms and demanding more from the regulators. If you agree with that statement, please share this video. Not for clicks, not for likes, to support people in this space. That I would encourage people to do. I'm happy to work with anybody in this space that thinks that they can support in this cause. Then message me directly and let's make crypto a better place. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, mash up that like button, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and yeah, let's do better. Take care.